Welcome to TDL Fitness Videos. I'm Tony, and this, of course, is the board that gets very, very famous when it comes to my clients. And today, I'm going to talk about what fitness is. Very fundamental question. I get it all the time, and sometimes people really don't understand it. Even people who've been to the gym many, many times. So we're going to go through the exact basics of what fitness really is, and how to understand it and how to apply it. And that's pretty much what we're going to be talking about. So this is really going to appeal to anyone who is starting out or people who are sort of intermediates. Let's go straight into it. Now, I think the best way to say, to understand what fitness is to understand what it isn't. And so there's a lot of myths out there, there's a lot of things that you can read or watch or whatever that say what fitness is. And there's the idea that fitness is something about getting hardcore abs. It's about, being able to run a certain distance in a certain time. It's about, some sort of high level of attractiveness. That's what people seem to think that fitness is. And the reason why the ideas, the sort of physical ideas of what fitness isn't true, is by the idea of how is actually understanding what the next part is. But I just want to you understand that fitness is not what you think it is in the sense that it's all to do with getting the abs, it's getting the looks, all that kind of stuff. That's almost too physical, because it's a lot more fundamental than that. Because if you keep regressing back and back, people don't want to get fit to get abs and everything. People want to get fit for a whole nother reason, and we're going to go into that very shortly. So what do we actually want? And this is more of a broad question. This is more going quite in depth in terms of what we want and how I'm going to link it into fitness, and you'll see what I mean. So what do we want? Fundamentally, we're taking everything else aside. What do we literally want in life? We've only got one crack at life, so what do we want? Well, it's very simple. We want to be happy and at peace. And you think, well, no, I want to get this, this, and this. Okay, well, if you want hardcore abs, why is that? Because it'll make you happy. You want a fantastic relationship. Well, why was that? Because that would make you happy. You want a lot of money. Why is that? Because money would make you happy. Okay, so everything comes down to the root cause, the root desire is happiness. Okay, so think about that when you're pretty much doing anything. Why do we do something? It's because we want really to be happy. So that turns into what the hell I'm going to be talking about next, which is what fitness is. Fitness is an outlet. Not so much a physical thing, but an outlet for people to make them happy. Now, this is going into, it's getting quite in depth, but this is exactly what fitness is. Essentially, what we want is to be happy every single day. And we use, for some people, for example, me when I was starting out, use fitness as an outlet to make us happy. You have those endorphins, you have those things that make you, those feel-good hormones that you get during and after the gym, where you feel fantastic about yourself. You think, I'm doing well. But that's all it is. That's all we want, is just to be happy, even if it's for a few minutes. That's essentially it. And what fitness is in a sense more taking away from the outlet sense and into the sense that we want it every single day. We want to have it. We want to recreate the feeling of happiness, which is essentially what we want. Now, the big question is, how do we get happy? If we know we're not happy all the time, why is that? There's a lot of questions about how we can be happy and how fitness can tie into it. Well, it's very simple. Happiness, as far as I'm concerned, and if you look closely at it, maybe you'll probably agree with me. Happiness is quite simply the absence of negative thought. Now, let me sort of break it down for you here. Whenever you're in a bad mood about something, most of the time, if not all the time, it's down to what we are thinking. Insecurity, anxiety, depression, all that kind of stuff. The real root causes why we're sad for a long period of time, and we feel that we can't do anything because of a low self-worth or a low self-esteem, which is incidentally why a lot of people go into fitness, because they think that'll raise their self-esteem. It's all down to thought. So, and if you could say, oh, I'm a depressed person, and all that kind of stuff, giving you yourself the labels of low self-esteem and all that. Well, if that's the case, then there would be no chance of you ever being happy at any time of the day, because if you're applying a certain characteristic to yourself, that means that it's constant. Then you can never escape it. But when you're distracted, are you sad? When you're playing games or hanging out with friends, going drinking, are you sad then? No. Of course, they could say, oh, it's just a distraction. But actually, well, there you go. You're not. Sadness is just a product of negative thoughts about ourselves, which is what a lot of us do all the time. We're all human. If you really meet someone who is, always happy about themselves, at some point they've had those dark times when they think, well, actually, you know what, I'm not worth it. I'm not worth a lot of, and all that kind of stuff. And it's a really sad place to be in. But it's just thought. It's the stuff in here that's trapped in there. And so when we disbelieve those thoughts, because they're just thoughts, then suddenly we can be happy, if you see what I mean. Now, how does this tie into fitness? Now, how does it tie into what is fitness? Well, it serves as two things, and the first one is great, and it ties into exactly what I've just said. When we go to the gym and we exercise, this is the perfect example of when we are supremely distracted. If you're doing a workout right, you won't feel sad, you won't feel disappointed in yourself, you won't feel low self-esteem, you won't feel anxiety. If you're really tired and shattered and really working hard at the gym, during that time in the gym and about maybe an hour or 2 hours afterwards, you'll feel this sense of happiness, elation, some sort of self-worth, or in a sense, just a distraction from the negative thoughts you were thinking before you were going to the gym. Okay, so fitness serves quite simply, in one regard, as an indicator that happiness is literally just a thought away, in the sense that you're disbelieving the negative thoughts, or just showing you that low self-esteem isn't a part of you. It's just a thought. Because if it was a part of you, then even if you went to the gym, you wouldn't be able to feel happy. You wouldn't be able to feel distracted. You'd be constantly unhappy. But of course, that's not the case. And that's what fitness shows you. So that's an amazing thing. I think it's fantastic. And that's why some people like me are addicted to the gym, because we're constantly being reminded that no matter how sad we can be, if we can easily be distracted, then happiness can happen to you right now. Watching this video, if you suddenly disbelieve all the negative thoughts about yourself, you'll be happy. But that's when you go to the gym, what fitness does, it is a great indicator. Okay? It's quite a lot there, I have to say. But and the second thing about fitness, and this is sort of ties into this, is fitness isn't something that you pick up for a bit, and this ties into what I said beforehand. It's not something like you go to the gym and as soon as you get those ripped abs or you get under a certain body BMI or something like that, that means you're suddenly fit. And that's not it. And the thing is, personal trainers will tell you you'll have to get to a certain mark. It's something called the SMART test, SMART goals, which is basically giving yourself a short-term goal, a medium-term, long-term goal. That's what we were taught to teach our clients. But of course, this isn't what fitness is about. It's nice to have goals, nice to sort of map your path in order to get to where you want to be exercise-wise. But what is fitness fundamentally? Fitness is long-term, even longer term than being able to run a certain time. How much muscle you put on, how much weight you lost. Fitness is not about that. It's a lot more fundamental. Because fitness simply is enjoying going to the gym, enjoying fitness, enjoying working out, enjoying losing weight, enjoying that feeling of going to the gym every single time. And what I've just said beforehand, use that distraction to want to go to the gym or to remind you every single day, because no matter what I say, no matter how much you can try and disbelieve your thoughts, they'll always come back to you. There's always going to be something in your life that doesn't go right, and that brings your thoughts right back, whether it's something at work, whether it's a relationship, whether it's something to do with your family, whether it's something to do with money, all that kind of stuff, all around the world. It's going to affect you at some point. I can't say to you now, you could be happy forever and nothing else is going to affect you. You can just sort of shut your ears and just hope it's all going to go and know it's all going to go away. It's not going to happen. There are going to be external factors that are going to affect you, which is why going to the gym is great for distraction. but also it's something that you should want to do every single day. Fitness is something as fundamental as brushing your teeth, health-wise, but also mentally, which is what I'm basing everything about fitness on, because that's why fitness is so powerful. It's something that can remind you of that happiness is just a thought away, and also the fact that you want to go to the gym every day in order to remind yourself, in order to understand what fitness is, which is enjoying it. Because if you can enjoy fitness, you can enjoy being yourself whilst you're working out. It's difficult to say, to a camera, to you guys on YouTube, but it's something that you've really got to understand yourself. But it's so fundamental, but it's something that we aren't taught when we go to the gym or when we're at school. We don't really, when you do PE, you're taught how to kick a ball right. You're taught how to put a ball into a net properly. But what fitness is really enjoying what you do every single day. And if you can enjoy fitness and want to go to the gym as much as you want to brush your teeth, as much as you want to eat food, for goodness sake, then suddenly you'll understand what fitness is. It's more to do with how you can, the desire to exercise. The desire to exercise because it'll remind you that you can be happy, and it reminds you that you can do anything and you can be whoever you want, and you can be happy. You don't have to be sad, you can be happy every single day. And if you want to use the gym as an outlet to remind you that you can be happy every single day, well then, that's what fitness is. That's what mental fitness is. People can go to the gym for hours and hours on end and never understand it. And people who give up in the gym are people who think exactly that. If think, well, I'm not able to lose a certain amount of weight in maybe 6 or so weeks. This isn't for me. I'm going to give up. Well, that's because it's not, you're not to blame for thinking that. But that's essentially what people have been taught. But if you're taught suddenly, actually, fitness is more about enjoying it even though it might not be what you're being told to do by a personal trainer, what you've been taught that what it is, and thinking, well, I've got to be ready for summer. That's what fitness is being ready for summer, so you can put on a swim shorts or a bikini and feel comfortable in your own skin. Okay, that's a thing to think about. But fitness, in its fundamental sense, is wanting to go to the gym every single day. That's what it is. That's all it is. And those two main elements, wanting to go to the gym and the fact that it reminds you that you can be happy no matter what's happening in your life or where you are, those are two very fundamental things. That's what fitness is. That's all it is, guys. That's everything you need to know about the fundamentals of fitness. Because what we really want isn't to be fit, it's to be happy. And using fitness as an outlet and a reminder, that's a very powerful thing to have. People go through their entire lives not realizing this, or being able to, or finding an outlet for how they can be happy. For some people, they think travel is the key to happiness. For some people, they think money is the key to happiness. Some people, they think a relationship is the key to happiness. But actually, happiness doesn't need anything. It doesn't require anything. You could be happy right now because happiness is just the absence of negative thought. Is everyone who's rich happy? Is everyone who's in a great relationship happy? No. Are people who can actually look into the thoughts inside their head and disbelieve the negative ones and only believe the positive ones because that's what real life is? Can they be happy all the time? You bet your ass. So fitness is exactly what that is. It's the greatest thing that you can do on a daily basis. Right now, you can wherever you are right now, you can start doing press-ups right now. You can start exercising right now, and it will serve as the distraction and the reminder that you can be happy, because that's all we want. I know there's a lot I said in this video. You might want to read back on it and maybe take some notes. And if there's any other questions, well, let me know either on the website or leave a comments in the section below. You can, and I'll get back to you. I'm pretty good at that. I think I am. Anyway, if there's anything else that I haven't covered, well, see you on the next video. And of course, keep it golden. This is TDL Fitness and Tony speaking. See you later.